Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Super Mario, mate. My name's MBZ, and we're back with some more of this. I'm going to show you one of my levels. I did say before I was going to play some of your levels. I will do that. That will be coming up in the future. I will also be playing a level by one of my notable friends. So we shall get to that at some point. But for the moment, we live in a post-patch world now. Nintendo have come along and they've clacked on the keyboards. They've done some things and they've coded just stuff. And now we have some differences with the checkpoints and with the other stuff. But before we jump into that, I am going to play my Metroid level, which I have been wanting to show off for a while now, and I made it a long time ago. It's probably my proudest creation. So I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to play through it first. And then we'll get to it. So, actually there are two versions, as you can see here. There's Metroid Dread and Metroid Dread V2. Reason for that is that there was something I had to change in the original one, which I needed to kind of patch out. As it were, as Nintendo have patched Mario Maker, I have been patching my levels. But neither of these have checkpoints at the moment. I am going to upload a third version. I'll delete the first one once I upload the third version. But I will leave a code to the third version in the description of this video. And that should be the ultimate one, because that one should have checkpoints. At the moment, this one doesn't have checkpoints, but I'm going to go for it, play through it, and show you what it's all about. So, hopefully, that all works out. Alright, so we start here with Samus. We're in our Metroid world. Oh, there's lava. What are we going to do? Well, I guess nothing else to do but go down, isn't there? Oh, it looks like there's something over there, but doesn't look like we can get there just yet. So let's go down this pipe. And through we go. The elevator takes us right down to the bottom. And there are a few ways we can go here, or we want to go. Well, we need to get through here, but clearly we don't have the right ability to get through there yet. Don't have the right power-up for this area. These other areas seem to be one-way doors that we can't get through, so we can't go there. So you see, we want to figure this out like it is a Metroid game. And it's kind of looking difficult to get back up, so let's go through this one door. Let me tell you, took me some time to do that little musical jingle, but that is the musical jingle from Metroid Prime Echoes. Anyway, it's cool. So, now, let's jump on this. Hopefully that will do something if we go through here. Oh, geez, loads of coins happening. Through we go. Oh, look, the door's been unlocked. Oh, wonderful. Alright, so let's progress through this next area. Alright, so where are we? Oh, boy. Got these guys attacking us. Gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful. Oh, making it through. Can we make this jump? Oh, we can. Beautiful. And we get another nice amiibo mushroom to help us along here. Ooh, another corridor. But fire is flaming here. We're going through the fire and the flames. Dragon forcing it up. And now we have to get through here. Need another ability for this. I guess I could run through here, but then, you know, I lose my Samus costume and no one likes that. So, up here we go. We do have a mushroom, so we can crack this open. And let's see what pops out. Oh, it's a star. Perfect. Well, let's wait down here. And grab the star, go straight through. And now I have to decide where we go, which path. Oh, look, there are some thwomps over there. I think that the star could probably kill them all. So let's do it. Oh, wonderful. Good Metroid level design going on here. Alright, and we're through to this next area. Very dangerous looking. We want to get a nice run up here. And hopefully, we'll be able to make it through. Oh, jeez. Alright, we did it. Not bad. And down below, you can see the star there is that place. So we come along here and we see, oh, there's a block down there that I could hit if maybe I got the turtle shells in the right direction. But that's going to be a little bit of a tough thing to do. Because, of course, trying to jump at the right angle would be a little bit of a tricky problem. But we did it! Nailed it, and up comes this plant, which hopefully we can use to make our way across. Okay. Oof! Very tight jump there. Very tight indeed. Oh. Let me tell you, vines. Oh, vines are tricky. The ones on the internet and the ones in Mario Maker. Alright, so it looks like there's a chain chomp there, so we got to be careful here. And we just about made it through. It's alright though, because just as I get hit, I get given another amiibo mushroom. Alright, now it looks like we can need something to get down this area. Don't know quite what yet, so let's follow these arrows. Drop down here, and oh! Look at that, by magic, we're in a Karibo shoe. And hey, that's a thing which can now help us, a power-up. So let's use it. Oh yes, the path has now been cleared. And let's move our way down into the next section of this Metroidy level. What do we find here? Oh, we're back in the main room. But hey, now we have this new power-up that we just got. I wonder where we could use this. Oh, right! We can jump across these things now. Perfect. Let's do that. And, oh, just in case you tried to use the star earlier to get through this part, well, let me tell you, you are not going to find yourself in a nice situation. But here we need to try and find this hidden block to get up here to the pipe. Through we go. And it's Bowser! Oh my god, it's Bowser! What are we going to do? I think we're going to have to try and defeat him. Let's see if we can do that. Oh! Oh no! Whew. Well, at least he died. At least all the coins disappeared and he burned to death. At least that was the end of Bowser. So let's see if we can get up here. Oh! Another hidden block to help us. And through we go. Now here, oh god. Could be dangerous stuff. But it's alright. We just got some coins helping us out. Nothing too dangerous. Nothing too dangerous, just coins. Alright. Random ice block area. And here we are. At the very end of it. Finishing off the level. Mission complete. Boss defeated. All power-ups upgraded and done. And Samus is bouncing out of there. Like a bat out of hell. So there you have it. That is my Metroid course, Metroid Dread version 2. And now I'm going to go down into the bit of design stuff and then talk about how I made it, what I did with it, why it is really cool, and all that stuff. So let's go over to the course bot, open it up in the old edit mode, and talk a little bit about it, because I spent hours and hours and hours on this game. I really did. Trying to figure out this level and what to do and everything. So we start off here, and this area seems kind of unassuming, you know. You actually have the up top bit here is the above area of this, you know, it's all about spaces. Now, initially, this area was kind of, like, all this stuff here, this area, that was, this was filled up with blocks. And it was kind of more of a straight line across instead of these arches, oops, that are kind of spelling out M almost, which is funny. I thought that was neat. And the reason for that is very specific, because there is a very specific sequence break here. Now, I am, as a Metroid fan, especially having played Super Metroid in a way that meant that the first time I got through it, I sequence broke it, thought it would be cool to have some kind of sequence break here if you were smart enough to figure it out. So what I wanted to do was create a platform over there which had one of the items that you get later on that you could use if you were smart enough and quick enough and skilled enough to kind of shortcut it. So what we do is we go to the very edge of this and we jump over, and as you can see, if I go into the create mode, down here there's a little block, tiny little block. There's just one there. So if you can see that, which is hard to see, managed to nail it, the jump here. As you can see, the arc of that jump is precisely the angle of which the blocks that I've cut out from that area. So I basically cut all that out, cut out the exact same on the other side so it looks symmetrical, and made it so that I can make it over here. Now, over here, if you get over here, you'll be like, what the fuck, there's nothing here apart from these like little vines, and you might try to climb them and do some weird stuff. The way to get the power-up is to do a running jump to the center to get that, and then you need to get the star, which is easier said than done. Unfortunately, I'm terrible, so I fail at it, but you get the sentiment. So anyway, you get the star, and you jump back over, and then what does this mean? Well, this means that if you're fast enough, you can go straight through the thwomps, and hey presto, you've sequence broken basically half of the level. So magic, my friends, magic. That is, that's a nice little sequence breaker put in there. Not like I expected anyone to figure it out, really, because it is kind of, it's very tough to figure out, especially because the invisible question block is not one that if you're just standing here, you can't just jump and get it. The peak of your jump doesn't reach it. And I use this quite a lot as a running jump invisible block, so you can do that and die. Oh, that's bad. Anyway, so let's pop on down here. this whole area was a little bit of a, it took a long time to make, especially because I wanted it to look nice. Like, I didn't want to do one tile set, and I think, like, the underground tile set of the original Super Mario Brothers is pretty good because all these are kind of similar colors with the blues and stuff, but they all have different texture to them, so I kind of just scrambled them about a bit and just mapped them so that they would look a bit messed up, and then copy and pasted over each other, and it looks pretty natural. Looks pretty natural. Now, the problem I ran into was after I get the P switch here, originally, like, these blocks that are in, should go into create, these blocks here that are in, like, the surrounding area, some of these were these blocks, right? And which means if those blocks are in kind of this corridor, just the bit that you're running through, it essentially means that some people will think that there is a secret hidden route that you can take by going with the coins. Let me show you what I mean. If I go back through here and get the P switch and hit it and go through here, like, all these other things have turned into coins, but there's no way for me to escape from this. This is all blocked off. There's no blocks there, so I can't get out. If I exit here real quick, if we go here and load, and I load up the first version. Actually, I don't. Wait a second, I don't have the first version anymore. I guess we'd have to play the first version on Miiverse, not on Miiverse, on Mario Maker to actually get it. So that's fine. So yeah, basically that was the thing. That was why I needed to fix that. So that was the first version. That was the thing I patched out, basically. Now down here, like, kind of the visual design stuff, what I wanted is to have, like you do in Metroid, like, you go down and you get on this and it kind of, like, elevates you downstairs, which is awesome. I wanted to have multiple rooms off to the left and right, and one of them had to be one of these, where you had to have a Karibo shoe to go through. One of them I wanted to use a star, so I had a bunch of thwomps, and then the other ones here are more kind of re-entry points, so I put doors that you can only go through one way, so like re-entry point there, re-entry point here, and obviously this one is from the P block here, re-entering there, yeah, I tried to make it as obvious as possible what you needed to do. At first, there's only one route you can take, and the one route you can take is that door, which will take you back here, which, if you remember, there are 2 blocks down here, if you think about it. Also, just had to make sure the visual design was correct here, because if I'd used any of these style of blocks in the surrounding area, then it would have been confusing, I think, and the coins wouldn't have stood out as much. So that was important there to make that stand out, so people that realize that these turned into coins you can go through. Yeah, so that was a little bit here, and I think, like, these, what are these guys called? I don't even know what they're called. I have no idea. These guys, but these enemies, they are really Metroid-y, because there are enemies in the Metroid games which walk around platforms like that, and you know, it helps with the visual design, so I thought that was super neat. So I used those. Go through here, and this area took a lot of time to put together as well, because I got the backgrounds here. Like, this is just a background, and it looks nice, but it was like a little bit of a pain. Didn't want to make this too hard. Some vines to make the visual design a bit nicer, and a set of 5 shooting piranha plants, just so you have a little bit of things to get through. It actually isn't very tough. Like, if you just drop in here, you can really just, like, jump over. It's not hard. But I put these little things in here to make it a little bit of a tough jump, but then I also reward you with an amiibo mushroom, so even if you fuck it up, you're still going to be alright. You're still going to be Samus, and that's what I wanted to try and do for most of the levels, to keep you as Samus. Now, this area originally was just these guys walking up and down here, but I wanted to make it a bit more involved. Because I'd originally had that music section, which I'll go back and show you in a second. That music section, which is literally you just holding right as quickly as you can to get the music to play at the right time. Whereas this, I wanted, like, I had it a little bit more visually, aesthetically pleasing with these guys walking on the side, but also give it a little bit of a challenge by having the fireballs come up and down. Then coming up here was a little bit more of a challenge, because I think some people think that you break the blocks and then have to go through the pipe, and then they don't realize they go back down to the bottom, and it can be a little bit of a pain, but, you know, it's eventually people figure it out that you don't need to get the star, you need to break the block. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do that. Need to break the block. And then I actually designed it so that the star bounces through this entire area so that you can get the maximum star possible to go through. And then also made sure that the door that you have to go through is made obvious, so the thwomps are right in front of you. Now, here's the thing. Some people are going to remember the piranha plants. Not the piranha plants, the, I can't remember what you call those guys, the black plants down at the bottom. Some people are going to remember those, and they're going to think, oh, hey, wait a second. Why? God damn it, why can't I? Do I have to choose? I guess I have to choose. Let's go for Samus. Let's go with Lucina for the banter of it. Anyway, okay. So some people are going to come over here. They're going to get this star. I'll do it as late as possible to fully illustrate, even if you go late as possible. So they're going to go through here, and instead of going through for the thwomps, they're going to remember down the bottom there are these mongooses. And they're going to go across and they'll be like, yes, haha, I skipped it. But then they get a nasty surprise when they come down here. And really, I have designed it so that you can't... I mean, you maybe could make it if you're fast enough, but the reason that that block is invisible is so that you can't easily get through that pipe. Like, you have to find the invisible block, which is why when you have the Karibo shoe, you can take your time and stand on there and not worry about it. Also, this entire area down here is just like... This is just me trying to make something that is kind of visually appealing, which is just like, let's be a bit artistic, make it all symmetrical, put some clouds and a spinny thing and some stars bumping about. I just didn't want it to be a block of just grey bricks. I wanted it to look a bit nicer, so that's why I did that. It's not like it changes anything about the level, but hey, you know, whatever. So yeah, the other thing that I really wanted to make sure when I was going through these is that when you get to the pipe, you can't see blackness at the edge, right? I needed to have a cutoff point, but I wanted to make it feel more immersive. So yes, I get to this pipe, but the pipe continues for a really long time. Like, it goes on much longer than a pipe probably should do. The reason for that, obviously, is just I want it to feel like you're in this world and not have like the blackness, not have this blackness appear on the screen at any time, because otherwise it kind of breaks the illusion of what I've created. So that's why it's extended out further than it probably ought to be. So anyway, that's cool. Also, let's go through this door and talk about my music note blocks, because those are fancy and fun. So here we go. This is, I need to probably fix this as well, but this is how I did my music note blocks. I used dry bones and I put them all into the one-way doors. I don't necessarily need to use the one-way doors. I could instead use like one of these platforms, which they can just pop onto. Like, if I just do that, that achieves the same purpose by getting rid of the one-way door, because he'll just pop up on there, see? And then what it does is it makes sure that there's a little clicking noise that happens when they land on these one-way doors, which gives it maybe a little bit of percussion, I guess, but I feel like maybe that doesn't fit as well with the tune I'm going for. So it's a simple enough song, so I did it by ear, and the nice thing about it is it repeats itself and then changes one note at the end, basically. So if we run through, go through here. See, it changes that one note at the end there. So that's the only difference, is that one note at the end, and the rest of it is just copy-pasted. So I just did this whole section, figured out the spacing. The spacing's important because that's the timing of the notes, which is hard to get right. Figured all that out. It's not many notes, as you can see. It's a very simple tune, but then I could just copy and paste it, space it out nicely, and then have the higher note at the end. And at the end of the corridor, we get to the P-switch. Now, the problem with this room is that without checkpoints, if you die, you have to keep going through this, and you've seen it once. Like, it's cool. You've seen it once before, though, and you kind of want to move on, which is why I think adding checkpoints is going to be kind of crucial for the remainder of this level. And I'm thinking at the moment that I might place a checkpoint maybe around this area. Like, if I take my sign... Ooh, jeez. Didn't mean to do that. Let's undo that. If I take the sign, place it there, and then shake it, and place a checkpoint like here, maybe, is what I was thinking. Like, place one there. That means you can go through this area, do the whole thingamajig, go through there, through the thwomps. Although, I could just place it at the thwomps instead, because the thwomps is actually, or after the thwomps, is actually a tough area, which I find that most people were dying on this section, where you have to do the jumps. I think here would be nice to just place the checkpoint, so that's probably what I'll do, is place it there, and then you can be like, da-da, do that, and now you can just do this as many times as you want, and if you die, it doesn't matter, and you can just kind of figure it out. So that's probably where the checkpoint will go. I could do another one. I might do another one right before Bowser, before the boss, but the problem there is that then you have to make it so that there is a way... Well, actually, it's not necessary at that point, because you've already used the Karibo shoe to get to that area, so maybe I could do that, and that would be alright. But I'll see, I'll figure that out. Anyway, yeah, this whole area, this was a thing to figure out, I'll tell you. Originally, along the bottom, I had much more piranha plants, much less spikes, but then I ran up into the problem of running out of the amount of things you can use. So, yeah, I needed to use spikes. Instead, I just used big piranha plants there to take up more space and to make it look a bit nicer. I originally had this jump a bit harder, and yeah, see, like, even now, if I don't pay attention, it's a little bit of an annoying jump, so making it even harder, it sounded like a bad idea. So I was doing that, and I was like, okay, just jump, 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 and then I did this idea with this contraption where it's hard because the movement speed that you're going is in this direction, but the way you want to send the Koopa shell is the other direction. So you really have to, and I'm quite good at it now, but most people struggle here, and they're trying to get it, and they'll hit the Koopa, and then they'll send it in the opposite direction. They'll be like, oh, oops, and I'll miss it, and they'll be like, oh, and send it in that direction. And really, you just need to get around this side and send it in this direction, which is not too tough. But nice thing about it, if I don't fuck up, is, oh god, these guys are just going along the bottom now, is that it pops in here, and then it manages to hit the question mark block and pop up the vine. Now, the reason that I had to put in all these spikes and shit was like, if I just had the question mark block there on its own, people would have just passed this thing by and jumped into it. And I also had to make sure that even if you jump into it, there's a way for you to die, so that you can't just instantly get access and then just jump straight across. Now, look, you can, if you want, like, probably cheese this, because it's a little bit annoying. So you can do this, get down here, and then just pop up onto the vine. But then that is why there's the chain chomp there at the other end. If you do that, you only have one life. And it is tough to get past this chain chomp without having an extra hit. That's why there's an amiibo mushroom popping out here. So to compensate for the fact that I can't really stop you, and also I kind of wanted to make this vine down here to give a second chance for people who manage to get through to get back up. It's like a kind of a second chance. It's a hard problem to come up against. It's a hard one to figure out. And also, like, some people just weren't understanding this Koopa shell contraption. You really need to look at it, and it is a little bit hard to make that obvious. Like, you need to come to the edge and notice that question block and think of the Koopas and think, wait, if I put them in this direction, it'll pop that thing up, and it'll work. And when it does work, it's like a moment of revelation for people, and they're like, oh, that's such a cool contraption. But it requires a little bit of thought. So, anyway, Mario 1 vines are the worst, so I thought it'd be great to do some of those to piss people off, because they kind of suck. And then we get to this area, which is, oh no, you have the momentum of ice, and there's a chain chomp. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, anyway, that's cool. Now we want to do our next power-up, and I was thinking, how can I block off this next power-up? Well, I want to do another lift elevator going down, but how do I block people from going on the lift straight away while also showing them that that's probably the way you need to go after you receive a power-up? Is like, put some blocks here, get another power switch, hit that, and also get that. But I also needed to get the power-up in the process, and trying to get a Karibo shoe power-up is hard, because if you pop it out of a pipe, it can be a little awkward, and then they multiply because multiples of them come, and it's just a bit messy. So the solution I came up with is this one, where it's a one-way thing. I use arrows to indicate you, and if you stay down this single pipe and don't go to the left and stick to the right, when you go down, you will jump straight into it. And it's perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. It puts you straight into it. No need for pipes, no need for nothing. easily to get out. This also teaches you early on that, hey, remember, these guys, you can use them, you can go onto them, reminding you of the thing later on. Hit the P switch, pop your way back up, and hey, look at that. It's visually obvious that the coins are there, and you can go down. So that is a little bit behind that one. That took me a little time to figure out the design there, because I was really struggling with what to do with the Karibo shoe. And then you can just pop down here with it, get in, and again, we've seen this area before. And as I said, I wanted to make it so that you had to think a little bit, because I don't think you can make it into this pipe without getting this hidden block. And you'll find it eventually. It's in the general direction, so that will be found. And you go through here, and you're at Bowser. Now, Bowser is interesting because you can actually defeat him by using Karibo's shoe if you're skilled enough. You can literally just jump on him like this, and it kind of puts you up in that little area with the Koopas, which can be a little awkward, but Bowser is totally defeatable like this. Like, you can just jump on him all day. And that's a really cool, like, extra thing that I found. But I wanted to make this thing look a bit more visually cool. I added some bob-ombs there. Originally, those were ice blocks, but then I realized when you power switch, those ice blocks don't disappear. So Bowser kept being standing on them. And here I found it tough because I wanted people to face down Bowser, but also wanted to give them an out. So I put this coin here as an indicator. If you jump to get the coin, that appears, which basically shows you, oh, wait a second, this is all made of blocks. If I do this, it's all going to disappear and Bowser dies. And also, I just thought it was neat to have those 3 flying Koopas just locked up there, and then when Bowser dies, they get released and they just start flying up and down. And also, if you're patient and you wait, it doesn't matter if you fluff this jump. If you fluff that jump and you're too quick and you do it before the P switch runs out, then, well, you're done. So, anyway, make that a little bit easier. Go through here, and this is just a little bit of scare tactics to be like, oh shit, is it not over yet? But hey, they give you coins instead. It's nice and fun. And I was thinking about, like, making just one of these random pipes, one that you go through, but that's not fun. Like, it's the end of the level, you want to get done with it, you know, you want to have a good time, so I just indented this one a little bit, which is a nice indicator. Like, I don't need an arrow to say which one to go to. It's like a little visual design to indent it to be like, okay, this is obviously the one you need to go down. And through here, there's a Samus mushroom. In case when you fought Bowser, you turn back to Mario, so that if people did do that, they would have an extra Samus mushroom to finish off the level with. And here is just like a little bonus at the end, and try and get them both. A bunch of 1-ups to say, yay, well done. And finish the level. Those things die in the background, and just a couple of springs to take you off to your next mission. Back into Samus's ship. So that is my level. It was a long, fun ride. I really enjoyed making this, and now with checkpoints, I'm going to go back and add those and make it a little bit more bearable for people, especially because Metroid-style levels, you really need checkpoints, if I'm honest. Like, the thing about them is, like, it's not necessarily too much platforming difficulty, but it does take time. You know, it just takes time to figure things out, and then once you figure them out, it's kind of a tedium of going through them again. So, I do want to add checkpoints, make it a bit more bearable, but that's pretty much it. That is how I made the level. That's the level itself, and that's me for Mario Maker. Again, leave your levels down in the description. I want to play some checkpoint levels. I do have some levels from last time that I do want to go through, but do leave your levels down in the comment, and I will start doing a playthrough of some of your levels soon, and I will I'll also get to Bally's level, which is one that I said I was going to record myself playing, and, well, I guess I can't go back on that now, so that'll be up next, and after that I'll start playing through some of your levels. So, thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, let me know what you thought of the level, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.